All right, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Check Podcast.
We back
where
again.
tea is served and checks are dispersed. We are back at it again like we never left, baby.
You know it.
I am one of your co-hosts, Mare, and on my other half, we have Diana.
That's
Say
me.
hi to the people, girl.
Hi, guys.
All right.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with our What Are You Drinking? So we hope that as you are listening to this, please, if you don't have something to drink, go ahead and pause this and go grab something to drink while we share what are we drinking. So Mare, go ahead and get started. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking some Vita malts.
Come
for
on
those
now.
Of you,
Come through.
if you know what that is, you know
Yes.
it's a classic. Okay?
Come through. That is a classic. It
is.
I feel like I'm typically always drinking like tequila of some sorts. So I literally put ginger ale, a splash of some berry something, and some tequila in this, and just
That's right, girl.
Just a little something together.
Diana's trying to get lit today.
Not
okay.
lit. I'm not trying to get lit with the Holy Ghost, No, I just made my own little wine concoction. This is my attempt to make some white wine.
Yeah.
It's for divorce, y'all.
Like we didn't see it coming. Like you thought that she really liked that old man? Get out of here.
I actually think she did because you saw the way she upgraded him. He
Girl.
looks good. Simon Guobadia did not look like that.
No, he was looking like that when he was at Fallon.
Stop. He did not look
like that when he looked like that when we met him on Real
He
Housewives
got
of Atlanta.
veneers. He lost some weight.
He had
definitely
veneers
got
in
some
Real
fillers
Housewives
and
of
some
Atlanta.
Botox. No.
Listen, girl, yes, he did. Like honestly, like he looks the same to me. He is an old man and all that stuff. Let me tell you this, Porsha. I've always said it. She's been a mess since the Underground Railroad. I do not like since the Underground Railroad. Wait, where's the train? How did it get like since? I'm sorry. That girl has no brain. And so but when it comes to money, sure, she has a brain. But listen to me, listen. She's coming back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She made the announcement. It is not a coincidence that all of these things are popping up.
Period.
It is not a coincidence. This is the storyline that I think she may have sold the producers. But I did see something that said that RHOA isn't even filming right now with all the stuff that's going on or something like that. They haven't started their filming sessions,
I don't think they're
right?
scheduled to come back until, I think, April.
Yeah. No, honestly, listen, this is what I'm saying. Like when I saw... I'm happy for whatever makes you happy is whatever. Do you, boo. Do you. Marry a man old enough to be your grandfather.
Excuse me.
Like, do you.
I can't.
The lavishness of the wedding and all of that stuff. For me, what I have to say, I think our sister's reality recap and Ella Murasaki were having a discussion. And I had commented under there and I said, for me, it is the audacity for somebody to be a criminal and be so cavalier. Just laying it all out there.
He's so cavalier.
And
you're mad, but you're cavalier. Sorry.
You're a criminal. And you're just posting it out there. Just I'm flying here, Dubai. I'm going to Niger. I'm going to South Africa. I'm going here. Oh, private jets. And Portia's like...
That's where I disagree with you. I actually, I used to think, yo, I like Porsha, but she dumb. Like, what's the meaning of this? Why aren't you smart? Like, but I actually think that Porsha is actually really smart. Who wins in this situation? Porsha sure don't lose anything.
No, she doesn't lose anything because she married somebody that's a criminal. Wedding.
So whether or not it's real, it's not real, whatever, she got a lavish wedding. She's the one that got to, it's not her money. I don't think it's her money. She gets to fly to wherever she wants on a private, whatever she wants. Like, she is the one that is winning out of this situation. And I don't know. A lot of people, I made the video about it when I reported, like, hey, Porsha has filed for divorce, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people were under the comments saying that they don't think that the divorce is real. I also am suspecting whether or not,
right?
Yeah, the divorce is real because not that social media is an indicator of a divorce or not, but at the time they still had like their pictures up, and Simon has since come out and said that he's going to stop loving his wife when the divorce is final, blah, blah, blah. But
he's not. He's gonna stop loving her. Or he's not gonna stop loving her until the divorce is final. I'm sorry. I misheard that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, so it just seems as though that a few days before they filed, they were just on vacation. Hashtag be his peace. So how 5 days? I think we were in Cabo when this was happening.
We were busy. We were busy getting lit.
Imagine us being in Cabo, right? And come back and be like, by the way, we're not friends no more. Personally, like, don't know that this also, I think I agree with the audience. This seems like a legal move.
It is a legal move.
This seems like a move to just separate assets and disassociate assets. I don't know that, if you think about it, Porsha didn't come back to RHOA because she really didn't need RHOA being married to Simon. Sorry,
because she had the money, right?
But had the money,
Now, as El Murasaki said, girl, she needs to work now.
Now she has to.
Now she has to work, so she
actually has to, because she has to separate assets, and she has to look like she's making money.
I agree, and it is a legal move also that she can't testify against her husband, right? Like if let's say she knew certain little things, about his business dealings. Maybe she can't testify against him if they're actually divorced or things. Well, actually, that's a lie. Like, she would have the ability, if she was still married, she would plead, is it the fifth? Or plead something where she can't testify against her husband because they're married or something like that.
I don't know, because they're in Atlanta.
I don't know what the laws are like in Atlanta. But anybody who is an attorney in Georgia, please just let us know what you think about the case. But let me tell you this. I am not a fan of Porsha, and I don't think I ever will be. I really don't think that she needs to be back on RHOA. I think RHOA should be probably disbanded, and they need to start it anew. And a lot of these shows, they need to start it anew. I just heard today that Married to Medicine is getting canceled.
Shut up.
I'm not even kidding.
What? Did I miss something?
Yes, you missed it. I was going to send it to you. But yeah, they're getting canceled. So this is the last season for them. And yes, go on I get all my information from Elle for some reason, but go on Elle.
I know Elle. That's our girl, Elle Murasaki. We have to bring her back on.
Go on her page, and you'll see that she had talked about the production team, the production company that's working with Married to Medicine is no longer I think something's going on where the contract is
King's production company.
That is what she's saying, that they're switching to Carlos King's production. So that's, and also probably Miami too, according to what she's saying. Real Housewives of Miami. It's a great move by Carlos King. He's doing his thing. Honest to God, we've been watching all his interviews with all these people, all that stuff. He is doing his thing, I am happy for him. I just hope he treats people right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's just the only way that you're going to have a great legacy. It's just how you're going to treat these people. But he's doing his thing. So even that little thing that with him and Mariah, where he was like, so can we do something together? Whatever. I feel it's like these little droppings, that they're leaving the audience to,
He's smart if that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's very smart. I want to go back to what you had said about RHOA being disbanded. I actually agree. A lot of these shows do need to be disbanded, rebooted, or find another city, figure something out. Yeah. But since they did not go in that route, and since they have gone the route of bringing back a blast from the past, I'm so sorry, but Portia's saving this season. And I think that because of the way that everything has panned out, her announcement, she announced herself as Porsha Guabadia coming back. And then just a few days later, then this divorce news, and then has since changed her name back to Porsha Williams on Instagram. I know that you don't like her. I like Porsha. I think that Portia's actually going to save this season, because if you think about it, your fave Kenya, there's no way that she's not going to pick. Even though they're friends now, they're cool now, she's going to pick. She's going to dissect. She's going to dive in. She's going to make sure that she gets in that tail to figure out what's going on and get the story. So
well, yeah, that's
and
because
people are
that's
going to
what
want to
Kenya's
tune
gonna
in.
be. Yeah, that's true. But the thing for me is this.
And that's where Kenya works.
That is why Kenya works, because Kenya is going to do, the thing is,
because Porsha's coming back though.
Yes, because Porsha's storyline is going, listen, let's say Porsha came back, her storyline, nobody else would be able to be combative with her other than Kenya with that storyline, right?
Agreed.
But if Porsha were to come back and Kenya decided to take the more relaxed perspective, the show isn't going to be saved because Portia's back.
I disagree.
Oh, no.
Because we haven't heard that Sheree's not coming back.
Sheree's coming back as a friend.
Right. Excuse me. Now, I'm not going to give Sheree so much credit.
You think Sheree's gonna do anything with that girl?
Here's what I'm saying. I'm not giving Sheree so much credit, because again, I still stand by the fact that them trying to center that show around Sheree, I don't know what they were ever thinking. It was a huge mistake.
It was a bad one.
However, what I think is that Sheree, she's been a housewife long enough to know which questions to ask and when to ask those questions. And I think that she can ask the correct questions to Porsha, because she's also, I don't see Sheree as a person that's really afraid of Porsha.
No.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
New people like Drew, or like if not Sandra, what's her name again? Sanya. If she were coming, Sanya or Sanya?
I think it's Sanya.
I can't figure that out.
Or
but either way,
Sanya.
Either way, like if they were coming back, these are people that are kind of newer to the housewife scene. So kind of like Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah.
We have people like Heather trying to get in good with people like Porsha. We wouldn't get the questions that we truly need. I think Sheree, being a veteran, her positionality as a veteran can actually get some of those things out there. And not only her positionality, I think from Portia's perspective, I think that someone that's new, I don't see that she will respect them enough to even give them a response.
Fair.
You feel what I'm saying?
But this can only work if Sheree clocks into work, though. Like, Sheree didn't clock in last season. I didn't see any clocking in from her. Like, it was just a season of
I've never known a season that Sheree has clocked in.
No, at all. Even with her own storyline with fake Martell, and all that stuff. Like, come the hell on.
I'm sorry, I've never known that season.
And for me, Sheree gives me like she's a dunce, right? Like, she doesn't have nothing up here. Yeah, like we've seen it with everything that she has put her hands on. I don't think that she can carry the veteran status with Porsha's storyline. It's not going to happen. And this is what I'm saying. If it was for Porsha alone coming onto the show without any antagonist against her, she's not saving it. It's not going to happen. The reason it's going to work, which I agree with you, is because Kenya is going to clock in, right? Okay. Kenya is going to be the antagonist to Porsha's story. That's going to just continue to peel away and peel away and peel away. Sure. That's if Kenya takes that route. I don't know if Kenya's going to take that route.
We don't
know. She's now the longest running one on the show, right?
No.
Yes, because if Sheree left the show for a couple of seasons, Kenya is now the longest running one on the show.
Porsha's, because they came on the same time. Kenya took a season off, and she was a friend of for another season.
Yes,
whereas Porsha's been full time.
How many seasons has she not been there?
What season? Actually, Porsha took.
She took a lot of seasons off.
No,
a couple of seasons.
No.
When she got with Dennis, and then she got her spinoff, she was no longer on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then
that's actually just
Simon.
2 seasons.
Yeah, but
it's actually just 2 seasons.
But Kenya is the longest one right now.
I think they're just about the same.
We'll figure it out. We'll go back to the database and figure it out. But
we can do that.
Either way,
really.
It doesn't grant anything. But what I'm saying is that the thing, Kenya's just too smart, to not know what to do with this storyline that Porsha's going to present.
I don't know that it's too smart
to not know it.
I don't know that it's too smart, or just at this point, you've been a housewife for more than 2 seasons.
Course, so
you should at least know what to do. Exactly.
She knows what to do. So
Porsha and Kenya work. They work together. That's the thing. You can't have one without the other. Kenya did not work without Porsha, unfortunately.
I think Kenya worked just fine. But
she didn't, because look at where RHOA went.
She worked just fine.
She didn't. None of those two, Porsha and Kenya, are not Nene. Nene can work without anybody by herself.
Yeah,
She
because
can.
Nene is a huge personality. I get
But
it.
you see
Yes.
what I'm. That's what I'm saying.
I get it.
Kenya can't, because if Kenya could, them ratings would have been much higher.
That's if the producers gave her a chance. They wanted to give Sheree a chance.
I'm
Give
sorry.
Marlo a chance.
Like, you know, I don't agree with you.
It's true. I mean, it's kind of the same way that they kind of like, kicked off Nene throughout the rest of the season that she, had on the show.
Even with that, she was still working. I'm
Nene
still
is
looking for Nene and Scene.
Listen.
Like, if Nene, even like, you know what excited me in this off season of RHOA? The potential rumblings that Nene was potentially coming back. Even though they're false.
I wouldn't want her to come back anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't want her to come back because honestly, you're a woman of a certain age at this point. Please, we don't, and that's another conversation. Some of these housewives need to graduate.
They're 60 years old.
I'm so.
Some of them are 60.
This is not in
honestly.
the most. I'm saying this in the most respectful way possible because for me, it kind of scares me. Excuse me. It kind of scares me to see women of a certain age engaging in behavior like this.
Absolutely.
Do you know what made me really think about that?
Who?
Giselle Bryant. Because Giselle is actually, 55, I think, years old?
Yeah.
And I thought, like, wow, like, forget RHOA. In real life, this, like, if I knew this person, I would not call them by their first name. They'd be auntie. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, you saw how, like, in Cabo, people saw my mother and they immediately gave her that respect as someone's mother, as someone, not elderly, but like an older person, a person of, of a certain
that you have
status.
to put in a different regard. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Like you can't treat them like everybody.
Is a few years younger than my mother.
Yes.
Get your drink and sip. Just sip.
Let me just let that sink in.
You feel me? But you see the difference.
Oh, and
you see what we're getting.
It's a vast cultural difference. Like
it's a
vast cultural difference. Like Giselle gives me high school behavior. Like she peaked in high school. Like that is the type of person where like she has nothing else going for her. She ran on her beauty status for so long, and she's just a hater. She's a succubus. She's just absolutely disgusting.
Ooh, okay, hold up,
like,
word. Hold out, word,
legit.
Succubus.
Like she's so she makes me upset because like honestly, like when you think about it, like these women are women that you're supposed to quote unquote some look up to, like
you know what I mean? You
role
think of people
model,
like Ramona, like you are Lisa Rinna, like you women are clocking 60
years
and
old,
you're
10 years away from 70. Like 10 years is not a long time.
Some of them less than that. Some of them less.
Absolutely. Like as much as like the grande dame is as extra as she is, she holds the status of
herself.
She behaves herself.
Yes.
Like exactly. Like and
Thank
it's still
you.
entertaining, and she still gives what needs to be given, but she behaves herself according to her age. I could never see the grande dame and be like, you are an infantile human being. I could never.
Thank you so much, because she holds herself to a different status.
That's exactly. Absolutely,
she holds herself to a
1,000%.
completely different status. And it's not a situation where it's condescending. It's a situation where she knows that she's going to regard herself differently than some people here. And that's the thing that's pretty interesting about RHOA that I don't think that many people have like delving into, is the fact that there are also generational differences that are at play, and generational dynamics that are at play here that are not RHOA. Did I say RHOA? I mean RHOP.
RHOP.
Yeah. Generational differences. Some people are baby boomers, I think. If I have to just double check. Some are baby boomers, some are Gen X, and some are millennials. Mm-hmm. And those differences, we see how it's played out on Beverly Hills.
Yeah, with
right. We've seen the dynamic that it causes between like Crystal and the rest of the women, right? And we're seeing it on RHOA, but
RHOP or RHOA.
Oh my gosh, RHOP, because RHOA they're mostly within the same
age gaps,
age gaps, or age range, but. Anyways, that's that on that.
No, I agree. I mean, I stopped watching Potomac a long time ago, and y'all, I do not care. Like, there was one video that you did, or a couple of videos you did. I wanted to stitch it and be like, "Are we done?"
Because
I was like, "Oh God, can we get over with this already? Because this is stupid. Like, this is dumb."
Mare is out of the two of us, she's the one that is less tolerant of stupidity.
I don't have time.
I do my best, my very best to just
applaud Diana every day.
give y'all that little bit of an inch. No, sometimes it's actually not, it's not okay. Like I need to like just give it up. I'm still hanging in because actually I'm not actually hanging in. I gave up for some time. And then I just binged and came back only because I'm just trying to hang in there for our followers. Sorry if you hear that. I should probably turn this thing off.
I don't hear it.
I should probably turn this thing off. That's my spray. My little spray thing here. But how do you open this? Okay, there it is. But yeah, like for y'all, you're really not missing. Like there's nothing for me to share outside of Nneka has her 2 lines here and there about Wendy. Giselle still ain't talking to nobody. Still on show. Robin still is the same ditzy Robin. Mia's still lying. Mia is still lying. Mia, by the way, I have to tell you this just to see. I want to see your reaction. Mia told the women that she had more money than Gordon when they got together because she had an inheritance.
From what? Wasn't her mom on drugs?
Mia said she had an inheritance. That's the part that I literally was like, this lady, I've never seen a habitual liar.
If Keeping Up with the Joneses was ever a person, it's her. She's a mess. Of Nazareth.
I've never seen a habitual. Do you know what habitual means? Like, you brush your teeth.
It's pathological at this point. It's pathological. Like
it's beyond pathological. Pathological, I think it's
does she believe her own lies?
Mia doesn't remember her own lies because that's how she continues to tell a different story every single time. Literally, all the women were like, "What do you mean you have an inheritance?" Wendy's like, "Didn't you say in my video? I said I didn't know what high roller was because I don't know strip club terminology." Whether it's strip club or casino terminology or whatever, I learned what a high roller was based on this show. That was the first time I had ever heard of that. So no matter what type of person or where that a high roller, comes up in this world, I knew them to have a lot of money because that's what the show exactly taught me. So how I learned that from this show, and Mia's talking about she had more money than Gordon. That she had an inheritance this whole time, but you called Gordon a high roller, girl.
It's a fact that people even have the time to listen to this. Like, to me, Mia, when she first met the group, she was 33, then 37, then
40, and then 30 years old.
And she needs help. She needs help. And RHOA
that's the type of person that's
has lost
entertaining
me.
People.
No, I mean, but again, RHOA has lost me. They've lost me a long time ago. I saw a clip with the new friend of Wendy's. I actually like her.
I like her.
I like her. I was like, why did we not have her?
Something like that.
Kira. Oh, I'm so sorry, sis, for butchering your name. I will figure it out. Yep. But Wendy's friend, I like her.
I was her too.
Why did we not see her in the beginnings or like somewhere in the middles of the season?
She was there, but not like there.
Yeah, but because guess what? The storyline between Nneka and for me, Nneka, you don't have a brain. Because one, you still allow these women to pronounce your name so wrong every time.
Nneka. And I'm like, what's
so
that mean?
Terrible. I'm like, really, Nneka? That's your name, Nneka. Like, it's not Nneka. It's not Nneka. It's whatever. It just really irritates me. But that storyline between her and Wendy, she's still a bum fool for going with that storyline and coming on the show with that, because that was absolutely ridiculous. Because guess what? Nobody wants you back.
It's like
nobody wants her back.
It's reached the point where her and Wendy actually had to sit down.
I saw that.
And yeah, Wendy was asking her, like, okay,
what did I do to you?
All of these things that you're saying, I can tell you tangibly. You, to me, called me a bitch and called my mother a witch. That's what you did to me. I have that proof that you did this to me. What did I do to you? The family, your family tried to bully me. Your family did that. Wendy, again, but you did this to me. What did I do to you? Your family. And then from there, Nneka started crying.
You know, I saw when she started crying, I said, yeah, because you realize that you effed up. that you effed up and you're trying to fix it and you're trying to correct it, and it's not going to work. You know why? Because when you have a woman or a person who respects themselves enough the way Wendy respects herself, you are not going to get another one over her. That's not going to happen. And number two, if you are truly sincere about calling this woman's mother something so vile in our culture, something so dangerous, something that reverberates throughout the generations,
do you get what I'm saying?
It is so dangerous. If you really were apologetic about it, you would never in that same sentence repeat, well, she sent my name to shrines. Do you see how many times she kept repeating it?
Like, I literally, Mara, I promise you, I swear, I sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind because I'm watching this woman continue to repeat the same thing over and over like a broken record about Wendy's literally telling her, you are risking the safety of my children. And when she said that, I just almost fell out my seat because I'm like, go back into our archives. Go back. We filmed an episode, I think, in November.
You said it.
And I specifically said, what you people do not understand is that this risks the safety of Wendy's children. Forget about Wendy at this point. She's married.
Absolutely.
Wendy is married at this point. Her children, her lineage is now what is called into question. And Nneka continues to repeat like a broken record. Oh, but you know what this means? You know what this means? People are home are praying. Nneka, like,
she gives Americanized Nigerian to
please
the
stop
utmost
doing this
because she doesn't really understand the cultural impact of what it is she is allowed. And you know what? I'll say this: the girl Lebe, your cousin Lebe, for somebody whose face we have not seen, we better bring her onto this. Let her tell us what exactly it is that she heard Wendy's mom say. Lebe, you're my cousin Lebe, you're my cousin-in-law Lebe. Like, I'm over it. The storyline is dead. So all the more reason, all I'm saying is that Wendy's friend, I would rather see Wendy's friend on my TV screen than Nneka. That they should have switched. And I would rather see the conflict between Wendy's friend and Sesame Street that we know is going to come at the end of this season, rather than see what we've seen all season.
Can I say that this is what's actually like pissing me off is the fact that all of these women, instead of using critical thinking skills to sit and think, this seems to be a cultural situation. This seems to also be a spiritual contention. Let me either stay out of this because this seems to be beyond my realm of understanding because it's not my culture. Or let me actually sit and listen to these two women despite how I may personally feel. We didn't get that, unfortunately. No. Unfortunately, because we have people that are engaging in the utmost highest form and highest level of stupidity. So you have people like Giselle saying, no, we're team Nneka. Without even knowing who Nneka is, without even understanding the implications of what Nneka is saying. And then you have, or watch my tongue, you have people that are stupidly following this imbecile that calls herself Giselle, saying, oh, well, Wendy and Candace, they were making faces while Giselle was talking about her child going to college.
Who
said? Okay, so since you're not watching, okay, let me explain. So on the last episode, Giselle was talking about the fact that her daughter is going to an HBCU in Florida. Now, we already know what that HBCU is. I think we can say it here. I think, but I'm just going to, just to protect ourselves, I probably won't say it here. But it's an HBCU in Florida. It rhymes with bamboo. You feel me?
Okay.
Cool. So as Giselle was speaking about sending her daughter to the university in Florida, Mia asked, oh, are you nervous giving, what Florida, the culture and how Florida is with the government, blah, blah, blah. Giselle was like, yeah, I'm like nervous, but at the same time, I raised my baby girls to be a blah, 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 blah. Wendy and Candace, honestly, in my opinion, were not doing anything. They were just sitting like, imagine you and I are sitting down and someone that we don't like is speaking. We're just going to be like this to each other.
Yeah, we're going to look. Yeah. Everybody does it. We do it at staff meetings.
Exactly.
Like,
And how many staff meetings is right. Staff meeting be like, Oh, we know we had that one person.
Yeah.
We've had that girl. Yo, that actually gives me so many memories, bro. Right. So they were doing that. They were just waiting for her to finish speaking, and they weren't doing anything. Robin clocks it, and Robin's like, Wendy and Candace, you guys are rolling your eyes, laughing and smirking while Giselle is speaking. I get it. You guys don't like Giselle, but she's talking about her child and blah, 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 blah.
Miserable.
You excluded Wendy's children last year.
Legit.
From Family Fun Day. So what the hell are you talking about?
And tried to get the auntie Candace to bring the children without bringing.
You're a moron. Go sit down. Next. Sorry. Please go sit down and have several seats.
Oh my God.
But I also felt like the perceived faces that they felt they were making is problematic, because I think that they perceive things in Black women that are a lot harsher than they would perceive in people with more white features, right?
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
It irritated me to like also hear that, because I know that that's also rooted in depending on who it's coming from, either colorism or racism. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really care for what these people have to say. Anyone that's in support of Giselle, I don't really care. I don't care what anyone has to say. I will never like Giselle. And by the way, as you people are listening, stop asking me to be neutral. Stop asking me to be objective. When it comes to Giselle, I will never be. So shut up.
Yeah, because Giselle is not neutral, nor is she objective
Shut up,
or anything
please.
of that sort. None of these women are.
And on my platform,
no.
I will never. On this platform, I will never. Girl. I can say and do as I please. If you want to be neutral, go create a podcast where you are neutral.
This is,
and you like Giselle.
We are here to share our perspectives and our ideas. You do not have to agree with them. You can give us some very academic discourse if you want to, but I per se, if you can't do that, then just be quiet.
Yeah,
thank you.
You're welcome to actually unfollow and block. We don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our
you don't
content's
have to
not for
us.
everybody. You don't have to consume our content. Anyways,
but anywhere.
All right, so
we're going
Housewives recap, right?
Yep.
So thank you so much for listening, everybody. Catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.